week's episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations was okay. This was a very okay episode, and I can't stress that any further. There was really nothing special about this one. The whole episode is worrying about if Sumire is going to be coming back to the Academy, and Sumire is coming back to the Academy. Whew! There goes that one. That's really all I have to say about this episode. Not really, actually. There are some things that I definitely want to talk about. So, the whole bulk of this episode was Konoha Village trying to decide what they're going to do about Sumire because she summoned a weird giant chimera beast which caused a lot of trouble for people. The fact that it's a giant kaiju beast and can destroy buildings like goddamn Godzilla. This is a problem. This is something that Konoha Village has seen enough of, and they're basically doing a little bit of no tolerance when it comes to this stuff anymore, to the point where even Naruto is not going to pardon this girl immediately. That's right, they won't pardon this girl, but they'll allow Sasuke to go, a guy who did a lot of really crazy shit. Aside from all of the ridiculous politics behind all of this, Sumire is allowed to stay. She's going to be able to somehow stay outside of the village and still be able to attend the academy, so there you go. Sumire is back. I wouldn't have a problem with this story if it didn't take up like 90% of the episode, and most of it's really not all that great. It starts to get a little more interesting when we have all of our characters participating in a class event where they go up all of this scaffolding to try and get a flag. Basically capture the flag with superpowered ninja kids, and of course they cause a lot of damage and they start destroying shit, and it's basically a showcase for some other characters, some of which I think are really intriguing. Like, how about that Lolita Gothic girl who seems to have some sort of weird, freaky rabbit monster puppet? I want to learn a lot more about this character. I don't know, there's never been anyone like that in the Naruto series, outside of the standard puppet users themselves, but a Gothic Lolita girl in a ninja series? It doesn't get more anime than that. And then there are the final couple scenes of the episode, the ones that really sold it for me. There's a great meeting between Naruto and Sasuke, brief though it is. Basically, it's just Sasuke who's still continuing to go on his mystical badass journey to find out more about the secrets of Kaguya, where she came from, and what she ultimately had planned when in this big Naruto series. And then he learns that apparently this Gozo Tenno thing, the thing that was used by Sumire to summon the Chimera Beast Nue, apparently is something that had something to do with Kaguya and blah 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 blah. Ninja jargon, we don't really get into it that much. Basically, it's just building up the fact that Kaguya's world was a lot bigger than we could have possibly realized, and it's about to end up smacking Naruto and his friends right in the face, because we get another scene of two mysterious villains, Momoshiki and Kinshiki, who will seem very familiar to Naruto fans at this point, because they of course are the villains from the Boruto film, which seems like it's going to be readapted into a brand new arc in this series right here, a la Dragon Ball Super, and I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do with it. They're probably going to do it like they did in the manga version, and make a few minor changes, and maybe even expand on some of the fights that we're going to see, and I think that's going to be really cool. But ultimately, this Momoshiki Kinshiki scene is basically just building them up just a little bit more, with Momoshiki mentioning that it's time for them to prepare to actually go to Kaguya's planet, which is the current Naruto version of Earth, and they're going to cause all sorts of shit. Toneri's watching and there's not really much he can do about it. The suspense continues, but it doesn't end there. There's actually a brand new ending for this week's episode, which is awesome because it's got a ton of new imagery, and for fans of the Boruto manga series, they are going to see that it is going to be adapting a very popular story. Boruto, Naruto, and the Scarlet Spring Month is going to become a brand new arc in this series, and you get to see so many little previews to that in this one right here, some of which can be kind of spoilerish if you actually, like, freeze frame some of the shots. You'll get to see, like, Cho-Cho is fighting against a very distinctive group of enemies. There's also seemingly some sort of brand new Akatsuki-looking member at the very end of the episode with a weird, creepy, one-eyed monster on his shoulder. And then, of course, a lot of this ending focuses on the character of Sarada Uchiha, who, honestly, I cannot wait to see more of. She's a character that I'm very much interested in, and that's just because we still don't really know all that much about her outside of her parentage and everything, and we get to see that's going to be very important in the next arc with her relationship with her family, and all the imagery just gets me really happy, and I love the way it's all handled, where the first half is just Sarada all super depressed and everything's all black, and then suddenly when she turns up and starts going into action, you get to see that all the blackness just explodes away, set to all of this beautiful color, the upbeat music, and of course, all the amazing looking animation. It just looks really damn cool, and I can't wait to see more of that in the next arc of the series. So, what's the rundown on this week's episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations? It was okay, that's all I have to say about it. The best things about this episode were the final two scenes, and of course the brand new ending imagery, which are definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of the series. But if you just want to kill some time and learn if Sumire is going to be coming back to the academy, then that's pretty much what you got going on in this week's episode. I could try and break it down a little bit more, but there's not that much more to read into in this episode. Everyone's worried about Sumire. She comes back. Sunrise, sunset. Let's get excited for the next arc of the series. I'm giving this episode right here a 3 out of 5. Just an average episode of Boruto before we move on to the next big arc of the series, which I'm sure will get people's attention just a little bit more. That being said, I want to hear your thoughts about this week's episode. Make sure to tell me in the comment section below what you thought about this week's episode of Boruto. Were you satisfied that Sumire is coming back to the academy? What is the deal with Momoshiki and Kinshiki actually making their way to Earth? What are their ultimate plans? And that's assuming you didn't see the Boruto movie and you already know what it is. And, of course, are you excited to see the adaptation of the Scarlet Spring Month, or whatever the hell that manga story was called? Tell me all your thoughts in the comments section below. With that in mind, thank you all for watching this review. I very much appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment giving me your thoughts about today's subject, and of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember, if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure to check out this icon so you can get all of the notifications for when my videos are released. You'll even get them sent directly to your email. It's pretty freaking awesome. It always lets you know when I'm going to release something. So thank you guys for watching. Take care, and as always, stay damn, baby.